Hi everyone, it's me. Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF, welcome to Dynamite. I am Jim Ross, here with Matthias, the Scorpion King and Tabs. And today on Dynamite, this is the first Dynamite of 2020 while here in the TWF. Well, what you just saw, Matthias, the Scorpion King says, is that before we saw NXT go off, we saw Elias Sampson put down Steven Richards, who believes he works for the FTC, or the Copa, Jim Ross says, offshoot. But we assure you he does not. And so far, nothing has happened to any of our YouTube fairways. As we know right now, we are in good standing with YouTube and the FTC on everything as far as followership oversight goes, ownership law, also the Copa law, ownership law, as well as the rights of running or working on the website, and also the Copa law. That's right, Taz says. So far, we're in good standing with both of them. And now we got Ashley Williams coming in the ring now. First off, Ashley Williams said, I want to welcome everyone to Dynamite. Now, we all know that, oh, here comes Steven Richards already. Don't even start, Ashley Williams. We know that, okay, don't even start, because I know the Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead New, Evil Dead, and after the Evil Dead, the stream games, the funny books, those are all for grown-ups. Alright? So, you don't have to fear. But you do know that Elias Sampson struck me and hit me on NXT. Yes, I do know that. And what are you going to do about it since you're the main overseer or the head overseer? Well, first off, what we're going to do here is that, well, it wasn't just Elias Sampson who struck and tapped you, Steven Richards, on NXT. It was also Queen Beryl also came out and told you off. Yeah, that's true. Queen Beryl did come and tell me off, or what grounds that was. So I'm thinking, how about Queen Beryl fight you here on Dynamite? No, I do not think so. As a leadership worker, as the Kiddled Rides leadership worker, I do not think that I can have to wrestle and fight. Plus you have to think Queen Beryl has that thing on her forehead, and it's only been on her forehead since maybe 2013 while of strong, or overpaste. It comes off, you are never gonna put it back on. Yeah, I think I'm quite aware. I think I know that. Because Sailor Moon got stuff sticky back on her head many times. And Xena, my boss, had a lot of things, and my friend and boss had a lot of things stuck on her head to herself too. So I do know that, Steven Richards. But you see, it is going to be a one-sided fight. And here's Queen Beryl now. This fight is on now. Well, Jim Ross says, we got Queen Beryl, who we only saw her maybe once. We only saw her a handful of times here in the TWF. The first time we saw her, she was fighting Troy the Gold Ranger on our first show when we were on YouTube, Jim Ross said. She fought Sailor Moon one time on YouTube too. She fought R-Troop 24/7 winnings and beat James Ellsworth. That's right, Matthias the Scorpion King said. We only saw Queen Beryl only sometimes here in the TWF. Well, I know about that, Taz says. Before we get this fight started, I just want to let everyone know that I'm not going to be the one who is going to be getting beat up. Steven Richards is the one that's going to get beat up. And I'm here to tell you, Queen Beryl said, give me your best shot. You know? I want to tell me, yeah, you think, well, my feet, well, I threw my shoes out a long time ago, about 2013, why out I threw my shoes out, but hey, that's okay, the ring post can hold me up. So I'll tell you right now, the way I look at it, Queen Beryl said, why don't you just shift around? Get yourself there. You know, the way I look at it is that I'm gonna beat you anyway. You're gonna beat me anyway? Well, I work for the FTC. I'm the one who oversees the COPA law, or the COPA law. And I'm here to tell you, Salem... Oh! Well, Queen Beryl just knocked him down right with her staff, or stick, Jim Ross says. Yes, she did, my father, Scorpion King said. Right in the side, right in the cast, right in the shell. Took him down too, Taz says. Shut it up, the cleaner. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Queen Beryl. And Queen Beryl has beat Stephen Richards here on Dynamite. Hit him right in the side, the shell and the cast with her staff, or stick. It's a staff. Matthias the Scorpion King said, okay, my mistake, it's not a stick, it's a staff. Jim Ross said, yes it is. Taz said, it's a staff, not a stick. And yes, she did hit him right in the shell, the cast inside, and knocked out the cleaner. And he was going to say something about Sailor Moon before, you know, before he was knocked out. And I don't believe he's happy. You struck and hit a FTC worker. That is me. Now your good standing that you've had with YouTube, well, at least your good standing with the FTC is going to be gone. And if somebody else wants to come out and want to play good doer, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to get the overseers at the FTC to have a meeting. And if we can all choose yes, we're going to start coming down with a fee. But then again, this YouTube Fairway isn't mated, doesn't make no income from Google or YouTube, so that handicaps out. I think we just tell YouTube to have the YouTube Fairway shut down and drift away again. This time Jim Ross said the same thing that happened at the end of NXT happened here on Dynamite, Jim Ross said. Yes, once again, the Scorpion King said Elias Sampson's put out Stephen Richards. Yes, he has. And good for him, Taz says. I might not like Elias Sampson, but at least what he's doing here is a good thing. Stephen Richards, you don't work for FTC. You're lying again, Elias Sampson says. Do everyone some good, shut your mouth, and get out of the ring. I'll help you again. Now, we got that jerk taken care of. We got that jerk out of the ring. I want to now wish you all a happy new year. And I have made one oath to put myself in the Royal Rumble, or the King Link fight, King Link Loudness, and I picked that I will be one of those men. Because we're going to have men and women. But I'm going to be one of those who wins it. Well, we understand now that Jim Ross said we got Gorilla Monsoon. And Gorilla Monsoon apparently, you know, is going to be talking with the man who believes that he is already, you know, the man who he believes works for the FTC, but does not. Stephen Richards, Jim Ross says. Alright, Gorilla Monsoon. Yeah, I'm Gorilla Monsoon. Thank you, Jim Ross. I am here with Stephen Richards, a man who says he works for the FTC, and the man who says that he is in charge of keeping COPA law. But as of right now, he doesn't work for the FTC, and I bet you if we did call them, none of them would say they ever had a Stephen Richards working for them now or ever did. Well, Lord Monsoon, I'll tell you right now, I do work for the FTC. My job is to keep COPA law. And I'm here to tell you, Queen Beryl will wish he never struck and hit me. And Elias Sampson will wish he never struck and hit me either. Why do you think you got a hang up of Queen Beryl and Elias Sampson? I don't know why, Gorilla Monsoon. I don't know why. Maybe they want to see how far they can what they can do. Maybe they want to see if the FTC can't do anything. They think that we're weak. We might not have the woman's strength or the man's strength to go for every single film or YouTube fairway. That is true. But all it takes is one YouTube fairway to be sent from YouTube over to us to look at. And then we can have a meeting on it to see if we need to do it underseeking. And then underseek it. Then tell the owner or runner we're underseeking it. Then have another meeting to see if we all believe there's wrongdoing. And then go up with a fee or whatever other handicap we believe we can put on someone for not following the law if we all believe that they need to follow the law. Stephen Ritt, I'm here to tell you, Queen Beryl and Elias Sampson, they will wish they never did anything bad to the FTC. Well, apparently Stephen Richards still believes he works for the FTC. He still believes he can keep COPA law or COPA law, however you say it. But I think he's lying. Back to you, Jim Ross. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, Jim Ross says. I believe that Stephen Richards is lying about working for the FTC. I don't think he works for any offshoot of the Kiddled Rise leadership. You're right, he doesn't work for any offshoot of the leadership, Matthias the Scorpion King says. He has no oversight. And it is what it is. While Taz says that hasn't stopped him from saying many times before here in the TWF that he was a cleaner. That the truth is he's not a cleaner, but that's what he believes. It hasn't stopped him from making up sagas and a saga until about him being a cleaner. Well, anyway, only time will tell if Stephen Richards has worked for the FTC or not, Jim Ross says. And I believe Matthias, the Scorpion King, said he does not work for the FTC. He cannot keep COPA law or COPA law. And for once once again, he is now making up a saga until he is lying again. That could be true, Taz says. But we'll have to see, And now I understand that we got Ashley Williams here. Well, Ashley Williams said, at this time I just want to say that we're going to put some folks into the Royal Rumble. Yeah, those are French borrowed words. The English word would be kinglink. Kinglink? Yeah, kinglink. Kinglink loudness. Yeah, Diva Talk says, we did too. And the first two names we're putting into there happens to be Conan the Barbarian and Charlotte Flair. So far, those are the two who will be put into the fight. And speaking of that, that is what we're going to do. And also, on main event, which is tomorrow, you're going to see Stephen Richards and Elias Sampson for the first time on main event. So look forward to main event tomorrow, Diva Talk says. Yes, Ashley Williams said, look forward to main event tomorrow. Well, alright. That seems to be, alright, that does seem to be what's going on here. Now I understand that Charlotte Flair has been put into it, Jim Ross says, and she wants to fight someone. Well, it is true that I am in that fight, that me and Conan the Barbarian are the first two to be in there. But I come to fight today. The Queen comes to fight. Now I could come out and I could talk about how, I did all this. I could come out and talk about how I won all these belts, that I won the WWE Divas, the WWE NXT, the WWE Divas, the WWE Raw, WWE SmackDown Women's winnings. I could talk about how I was almost in every WrestleMania. I could talk about all that, but I'm consistent. I wrestle and work good. I do what I need to do, and I don't do any shit. So if someone wants to come out here and fight me, let them do it. Well, guess who it is? It's Gail Kim. Well, Gail Kim says, it's a shame, Charlotte, that by the time you came to WWE, I was long gone. I had left. Yes, it's true. I left WWE and went back to TNAW before it became IW. But I heard so many things about you, Charlotte Flair. About how you are this good woman wrestler. And how you have all the skills and craft. Something that your father, Ric Flair, had. Something that your half-brother, David Flair, did not have. Something that if Reed Flair would have still been alive, I'm sure he would have seeked some way to put it into wrestling too. And you somehow had a lot of skills and craft. All my times as IW Knockouts heavyweight winner, I kept hearing about you all the time. About how you won the WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight winnings on the first WWE NXT takeover they did. I kept hearing about how you won the WWE Divas Heavyweight winnings. And I kept hearing about how you're a many-time WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight winner. How you won WWE SmackDown Women's Heavyweight winner. You're right, Charlotte Flair. I am skilled and crafted. And you're right. My father, Ric Flair, was a good wrestler in the ring. And he got a lot of onlook for that. And yes, it's true, my half-brother, David Flair, didn't quite do very well in the ring. And he may only did some little things in WCW and WF and TNAW. Yeah, sure. Okay? My brother, Reed Flair, yeah, he died before he could ever see me wrestle in the ring. That's true. But I know that I made all my kin proud. Made all of my kin happy with me. Gil, we're going to have a fight. And once you eat the feet, going to fight the figure eight. Well, we're going to see this good fight here, Jim Ross said, between Charlotte Flair and Gail Kim, who Jim Ross says has never come back to WWE. Oh, and is still at IW to this day. Oh, Jim Ross said, you're right, Charlotte Flair doing the Flair chops to Gail Kim and knocked her down. The natural selection on Gail Kim, Jim Ross said. Well, Matthias the Scorpion King said Gail Kim claimed that WWE wronged her. Claimed she couldn't trust Vince McMahon or Hunter Hearst Helmsley or anybody, and claimed that they wronged her. Yeah. Well, that's her belief, and she can believe if she wants. Oh, Gail Kim right now, getting beat up right now by Charlotte Flair. Oh, Gail Kim wants to try to come off the top rope now. Is she going to do it? She does. Gail Kim wants to do it. Eat the feet. The move that made Gail Kim a 7 or 8 time IW Knockout Heavyweight winner, Jim Ross said. And a many-time TWF Women's Heavyweight winner, too, Matthias the Scorpion King said. Taz said, would it be enough to beat Charlotte Flair here? 1, 2, no. Gail Kim Charlotte Flair kicked out. Charlotte Flair again. Natural selection on Gail Kim. She's going to do it. She got Gail Kim in the figure eight. The figure eight, because she's brought it up from the last time. Oh! And ding ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner, Charlotte Flair. And now Charlotte Flair has beat Gail Kim here on Dynamite, Jim Ross said. Yes, she has, Taz says. Charlotte Flair put up a good fight, so did Gail Kim, but at the end, Charlotte Flair beat Gail Kim here on Dynamite. You won't see this anywhere else, Matthias the Scorpion King said. You won't. Where can you see a WWE woman wrestler fight an IW woman wrestler. You won't see that in WWE or IW or even AEW or OVW or ROH or MLW or JCW or CCW or PWG or NJPW or AJPW or BCW. You won't see that anywhere. You won't see it in CBW and CPW. You know, that's true. You won't see it in PWN either. That's right, Taz said you won't see any of those wrestling businesses we just named, but you will see it here in the TWF. But then again, we're made up, Jim Ross said, so it is what it is. All right, we want to say that's all the time we got here for TWF Dynamite. I'm good old JR, Jim Ross, or just Jim Ross, from Matthias the Scorpion King of Towns. We hope you like Dynamite, and we'll see you tomorrow for main event.